when I come up here, I will have a small one.
Yeah, you was asking me about the gong. It's a big one. Yours? Yeah, it is.
But to show that it's the biggest, yogi here, and else was a small one.
But someone told, I think it was Metab, he told that every person that has a gong that's larger than 36 inches, like this.
That's a big ego.
That's just ego.
big gong in a big house. That's a yogi stream. Yogi stream.
Okay, welcome to After Sadhana this morning.
Yes, day 7.
1 week.
1 week, yeah.
Cheers to that. Yeah.
Good job, man.
Yeah, only 5 weeks to go.
Only 5 weeks left.
How does it feel so far?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It feels nice. Like we're doing the right thing. I'm on the path. So that feels good. It feels very right in my heart. And I'm so far I've been actually like on the days, the evenings before when you go to bed, I actually feel like excited, like oh, I gotta go to bed so I can be ready to be prepared, and that feels good.
Yeah.
But I guess soon I will be very bored.
No, I experienced the same thing, that when you reach after a while you reach a tipping point from the struggle. You're used to the old patterns.
Yeah. Now
the new patterns and the cleansing are kicking in. So sooner or later you will come to the tipping point. I think I had mine yesterday also. I had after the sadhana I helped a friend of mine who had a yoga class here, so I was like stand-in.
Yeah.
And it went okay. But afterwards I was like so spaced out, so I don't know, not grounded, and then everywhere in my mind, and I felt that oh no, this is too much. This is too much. Okay. Too much energy. Too much.
Yeah, but then you did 2 classes.
I did 2 classes. I couldn't absorb it. It was too much. But then, as just a few hours after that, everything like switched from like being like this, and then boom, oh, there it is. And then I recall before we went here, when we did RT, we was talking about my journey here. We can take that another time. But when I look back on my journey, all the things I have been doing, I've been doing it with an extreme amount of energy.
Yeah.
Extreme amount of what you can call an intention of doing things. The big gong came from a thought. Now it's here. This yoga room came from a thought. Now it's here.
Yeah. When I asked you about this, you told me it was thanks to the sadhana.
Yeah, it was thanks to the sadhana that all this has manifested.
And you really mean that?
I really mean that, because you kick in all your systems and they start to work together. Some would say that you rise your kundalini energy, I don't know, but that the nervous system, your glandular system, they work together, they're in harmony. You have a clear mind, you have a vital body that you can use, that serves you. And what else do you need? It's like a vehicle for this life. If you have all that, you can call it whatever you want, but in that state you're able to do things.
It's like you have a really good car, you have the best engine, you have the best turning the wheels.
So you get your engine going, get your vehicle in shape, and from that you can take your
go wherever you
intention. Thought, oh well, like a big gong, and then you start thinking, and then you start manifesting it into first your thoughts, and then you manifest it to the real world. And that's the power of the mind. That's the power of, as I see it, being a human being, because everything that we see around us has been manifested from a thought. And that's, for me, is a vibration.
So even the yogis, they say that, right? That like the life or the earth, it's like came from a thought.
Yeah.
Like existence came into place from a thought.
A thought.
Of a sound.
In the beginning there was the word.
Yeah.
We have seen through the Bible. It's like a vibration. And the vibrations can have like different frequencies, or what we can call. So maybe it starts here in my mind. I would like to have this. I don't know how to do it. And then I take it and I manifest it. And I take my intention and put it into focus. Then I take all this energy and I focus it. So I have a direction for what I want to do. So all my intention, and add to that like a direction. I want to do this. Then it's like the universe is there to support you.
Yes.
It's like having a sailboat, and you pick up your sails, and then whoops, there's a wind, and you go away. You surf on the wave of life, as we talked about yesterday, and you find the wind. And if there is a part where you're against the wind, it's like, and you have to go to the side and use the force from the resistance. As Guru Singh also says, use the force for resistance to manifest and go forward. And that's a blessing, to being able to have manifested all this. And a part of me gets kind of sad because I see that many people miss out from this.
Because like when you gave that analogy about the wind and all this, I'm thinking, growing up and it's the culture, I guess, of the world and Sweden, like we think that more work will achieve greater prosperity or achievement, but that's like being in a rowboat and you're like rowing, and then somebody just comes and put up a sail, and he just sits there and smiles and enjoys it, and he's getting really far ahead with no effort at all, because he's using the force of the planet, so to speak, to go with the flow.
And as you make all your system works for you, that's not a challenge. As well as you are there, then it can be a challenge, like we're doing now, doing the Kickass Sadhana, in order to shape our body, in order to shape our minds, in order to open up the window from our heart, from our soul, to maybe that's the intention for what we want to do, not what you should do this and you should, someone had told you.
Yes, so now we're doing the challenge of doing the actual practice, because then we get a lot of bonus.
Yeah.
Like you said, we get 10 times. So if we wouldn't do this, then we would just struggle. We would use as much effort as we do in the practice just through our day, doing different things.
It's a wise guy. That's the same thing. I mean,
we're all gonna struggle no matter what.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like as a human, you are going to have to struggle. It's
most of us,
tough.
yeah.
So choose
where you want to put your effort.
Yeah.
And this struck me last night also, when we stayed like 2.5 hours here in the morning, being aware and awake. Many people they stay 2.5 hours Netflixing or YouTubing. What's that? Like you zoomed out.
Yeah.
Does this seem normal? Does this seem like?
But that's like rest for most people.
Yeah.
It's their kind of way of just slowing down and.
So I think you can choose what you would like to invest your time in. If you want to invest your time in Netflix, do that.
Yeah.
If you want to invest your time in YouTube or whatever, do that. And now I have taken my intention on what I want to do, and I invested my time here.
Yes.
In doing the sadhana, because then I get something back.
But at least you are choosing this.
I'm choosing, yeah.
Because when you put it like on a television, you will sit there and then it will I mean, you will just go with whatever.
And I love the television.
Yeah.
That's the perfect escape for me, having a busy life, and when I want to relax, I really just go to the sofa, sit down, and watch football or whatever, and being entertained, doing nothing. It's like,
I mean,
for me, it's like a rest.
that.
There's nothing wrong. It's for me, it's like a rest.
Yeah. But I think it's different, like when you're gonna watch a football game, then you watch that compared to you sitting there, and then you just, what's on, da da da. You start watching that, and the next thing comes up, and you're not actively choosing. I want to see this. But you get all this in your unconscious, just a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, it's a lot of bullshit.
You end up watching a lot of bullshit that you didn't mean to from the start, but you kind of went along.
I remember when I. In the beginning of my yoga practice, as I've maybe been doing hardcore yoga for many years, doing the things, my sensory system was like so against taking in negative things. So, for instance, if I was watching television and there was some violence, I closed my eyes. I just closed my eyes because I know I don't want to take in that. I don't need that. I know what violence is. I don't need to see that. I don't have to program my mind. I don't have to program me with that. So I remember for a while that I'm just censoring what I took into the system and choosing from that, because I want to build my own space, my own.
Create your own.
Yeah.
But this is where a lot of people, I find, get very. Like, well, so you're escaping reality. There's a lot of, there's been a lot of horrible things happening, and there are always in the world. There is people who are murderers, people, rapists, and all of this. But I mean, that would still be. I mean, if you choose to, you don't need to see that all the time. Because then it will just become active in you. You become fearful, all of this happening. Instead of, I mean, you can be a yogi and like this is what's happening, sure. But I choose to go in that direction. Okay, there's a war. I wish there were peace. I wish there were peace. I wish there was peace. So I'm aiming at the peace. And for aiming at the peace, you don't need to see the war all the time. You can see it once. That would be enough, I guess. But then most of us will get stuck there, and this is like I'm reading the law of attraction. Then in that book, she says that, I mean, what you focus on, that's what will
attract.
Yeah, that's what you will attract. So if you focus on the war and all this horror, and then you will somehow create more of it.
Yeah. And also that will be like. The perception of your world. The world is bad. The world is full of horror. The world is full of violence. That's true.
It's true.
To a certain amount.
Yes.
There is also true. The world is full of love. The world is full of compassion. The world is full of happy people having a nice time. That's also true. So you have to hold both of these in your head at the same time.
Yes, but I want this to grow.
Yeah. So you can choose and give that your intention, your focus, and use your mind to manifest, as we talked about in the beginning of this. What can you manifest is what you focus on and what you give your direction. So if you focus on that, maybe, I don't know, there will be world peace one day. That's. I
mean, that would be the case if all of this is correct.
Yeah.
Right?
This one over here, the big gong. That's a world peace gong. That's the intention for buying that and using that and spreading the vibration is all grounded in peace on earth, from my perspective. So when I play the gong, I use that, and that's what I manifest in my mind. That's going to be a reality using that one all the time.
Yeah,
it's like
that's the kind of music it puts out.
Yeah. So we had from the one part to another. We had a cliffhanger from yesterday.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes, being a teacher, what it takes, holding the space.
Yeah, and there's something else.
Something else, not than just doing the poses. You are doing something more.
You can be a yoga instructor, then you show things and people follow you, or you can be a yoga teacher, and there's something that in between that differs from them. There are a lot of different yoga disciplines. Only here where I live in Värnamo, we have like 12 different yoga traditions. From all global yoga, Yin yoga, Hatha yoga, Yin yoga, Kundalini yoga, Medi yoga, and tribal yoga.
Yeah,
that's like the yoga. In being a Kundalini yoga teacher, that's the path that I choose to participate in. They talk about you being a teacher is not only being the one that teaching you how to do the exercising, explaining why you do them.
No.
It's more to that. It's more like you also hold the secret space as you lead the class. As you're in the classroom, you make sure that everybody is like lifted and transformed in this energy, so to speak. I don't know how I will explain this, but one theory or thesis is that everything is consciousness, and everything is connected. There is no disconnection. There is no. Actually, my hand, if I were to have another type of goggles, I would see like it's almost just empty space.
Oh yeah.
You have like an atom, and then you have the electron like far away.
Very far away.
And they keep together like in the molecular structure, and the molecular structure makes a cell, and the cell makes a blah, and you get like the illusion of a physical body.
Yeah.
I can't chop it off because it stops. But in a different type of goggles, I would see it's just empty space, and this space between us and the space between you and all that. If you were to believe the way to describe consciousness, that all of everything manifests is in the same consciousness. It's not it doesn't stop here.
Yeah.
From my head, what I do, what I feel, what I sense, it expands even more.
And that's what a yogi is, right? Isn't that like a yogi is someone who has the experience of being connected to everything?
I would say we call them a yogi. I would say every living being, human being, could be that.
Could be that, yeah.
Yeah. So the universe is, if it's like a big ball of soup, this is the universe with all the galaxies and things. And if you take a spoon from this end, it will look the same. It's the same taste. It's the same. It's like the same hair. And if you took a spoon from the other part, it's the same.
Yeah.
Smaller or less and bigger and so on.
So a lot of different ingredients, but it's all in the soup.
Yes, so you have all the universe, all things manifested is at your fingertips or at your consciousness to perceive.
Yes, so as a yoga teacher.
So as you train, as you do your sadhana, as you clean your mind, as you stretch into your body glove, as you kick in your nervous system, your endocrine system, you will be more aware. You will find out, you will experience there is something else here. It's not just my physical body. For me, instance, when I had a class yesterday, I'm sitting here, a room full of people.
Yeah.
I go into my space. I can connect to that. We tune in together in the class, and I can sit here, being in my space, quieting my mind, quieting everything that is. Then I can sense you.
Yeah.
I can sense you with my arm now. There's your nose. But I can also sense you. If I close my eyes, I can sense you being there like an energetic being. And as you do this a lot, you can also take in the whole room of energetic beings, and they talk to you. You're like a transmitter receiver as a human being. You have like an electrical magnetic field from you that comes out, that pulsates out from you. And I also have mine that pulses out, that goes out.
The aura.
So the aura. So I can affect you, and you can affect me. And if I do my sadhana, I will strengthen my aura. so I can affect.
So is this what you experience when you? I mean, sometimes you don't talk to people, but you can just sit between someone and you can feel.
Yeah,
something.
everybody have
experienced it
in day-to-day life, I would say.
Okay, yes.
And this is that you connect into that, and then you can, as we call, hold the space, be in the space, and transform and lift. Because I will feel everything that's going on, and I can transform that using healing through consciousness, what you can call. So just by it can appear different for different persons. For me, for example, I can feel something in my body. I feel something in my body. I can perceive it's not my body, it's not something else. So I just have that area here, and then I breathe into that, and I just let go. And maybe that loses some old emotion carried around by someone else in the room to the left.
Yeah.
Or to so that's how it works. So being. So
basically, you help to somehow to breathe through them, or I mean, like a tree. Like when I go into nature, I experience more peace.
Yeah.
Because it's more peaceful out there, right? So as a yogi, you hold peace, like within you. I mean, doing this, you silence your mind, you become peaceful, or just.
Peaceful is the nature, I would say. It's
the
nature of human beings.
You become your nature because the mind silenced. So then I get this, and also that then you mindfully helping us to let go.
It's the same thing as we started up with my intention, without what I perceive, then I can heal, I can lift, I can project, I can lift up, and I can see everybody in the room in their best performance, in their best themselves. That was a cliffhanger.
Yes.
And that was all for today.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
First week done.
First week done.
Have a good weekend.
Have a good one. Do a kick-ass sadhana, have a kick-ass life.
Yeah.
Bye.